All right, I'm Rod.
I'm Tammy.
Together we're Off the Farm Logistics. In our last video, we showed you the Hot Shot truck after we had a little bit of problems with it. And then we introduced our new truck. Well, let's go look at some of the stuff on the new truck. All right. As we said, we're getting an APU. So we had a Dynasys put on it. It's a little noisy out here, but it's not too terrible inside. The fan makes more noise than the engine does. One of the things I did to it was I put all new airbags on it and all new shocks. And boy, I tell you what, that just really improved the ride quality. Let's get in here where it's a little quieter. So it's pretty clean, and the question about how hard is it to keep a truck clean, I think that's like the Tootsie Pop. No one actually knows the answer, what it takes to get to the center, and no one knows how to actually keep one clean. It took a while to clean it up when I got home. So one of the other things we added, well, there's the other part of the APU at the bottom there. And it's got vents, one that go in the floor. It's got one right here for the top bunk. And turn the light on. So, got the refrigerator, got the microwave in, and we decided that it was time for a little bit of entertainment in it. So we bought a TV, and the way this thing works, I don't really know where I'm going to store it yet, but so it slides on the rail, slides out, comes around, and then I've got a bungee over here that gets it level, or fairly level anyway, and keeps it from bouncing too bad. Let's see, where did I put the remote? So we were looking at it and talking about it, and she said, let's get a sound bar. Well, I stopped at the Bose sound bar and made little grunting noises, and she said no. So we ended up with the Vizio. We've got the sound bar here, and then we've got a satellite there, a satellite there, and put a little light on it. You can't really see it, but there's a subwoofer right under there. So, but it's turn the TV on, turn the DVD on. This baby open.
First time.
Oh, Chad!
E.T. is a masterpiece.
Give me a break.
Digitally remastered.
If you look at the picture quality, it looks all grainy. But, and I was worried about what I had. Turn that air down just a little bit where it's not making quite so much noise.
Why is this light on? Why is this bright light on?
Do what?
Bright light.
Turn the bright light off?
Bring home E.T. the Anniversary Edition.
Well,
on Blu-ray High Def and DVD.
Sorry, I should have had this prepped already. Don't want to really watch much previews. This got some sound to it. You hear a little bit of the thump there.
From the studio that launched a legacy of monster movies.
This movement must be stopped.
comes an all-new action-packed thriller. When an evil beast is on the loose,
Deadlier than anything we've ever encountered.
they must band together
No single hunter has ever been known to slay a beast like this.
But anyway, that's
ultimate hunt.
kind of what we're doing in here.
They got
This fall.
All right, turn that off, and turn the sound bar off. Too many remotes, but yeah, there it is. Like I say, special shout out to Indigo Sky Casino. They had the budget for this when she passed her CDL finally, and I took her out. I said, let's celebrate. Let's go high roll. Something we don't normally do. We do play a little bit in the casino, but we don't normally just out and out high roll. And we went in high rolled, hit a hand pay, and we walked away with all our money plus $800. So that's where the budget for the TV and the DVD and the sound bar. Oh yeah, and the other speaker it's hiding back up in there. Sorry, it's kind of dark in the truck. But yeah, this is a new entertainment system. She's all ready to rock. Ready to roll. Got some new brake chambers for the 48 flatbed that I'm pulling. Been pulling a Conestoga. Need a Conestoga. So back to flatbed and tarps, and after pulling a Conestoga, it's going to be worlds different. But anyway, that's where we're at. Everything's going good. We had the one minor problem with it. It took about a week to get it resolved. We had a sensor in the DEF system go bad, and I guess they tell me that it is a let's go ahead and get out, because it is kind of dark in here. They tell me that it's like a three-part sensor. It does quality of DEF, it does temperature of DEF, and something else. I don't think it's the level, but anyway, let's shut her down. Had my GoPro plugged into my little tablet there, and one thing kind of cool about this truck, it had a little cubby hole right there, and a little Velcro on the outside edges. Can you hold that?
Sure.
And a little Velcro on the outside edges, and I've got a great place to store to set my clock where I can see it, and then going down the road, my clock's display. And you can reach it as the driver. You know, you can log on, log off, and all that stuff. But yeah, it's been working well. It's been making money.
Got your headset.
Yeah, I got me a Super Trucker headset.
I got a set.
I bought her a pair.
I got a present in the mail.
So.
Pair of headset. Time to go to work.
You're getting close. Getting close. All right. That's weird. Did you hear the APU shut off? The fan shut off, kick back on?
It just did it again.
I just shut off for good now, I think. It does that as an after cooling thing.
I don't know what's going on. I hope nothing bad's happened. It's under warranty, isn't it?
Yeah, a few minutes, well, I say a few minutes ago, before I took a shower, had it running while we were playing and installing everything, and it went off on overheat. And it's the first time it's done it, so.
You got your headache rack on.
I got the headache rack on. That's new. But yeah, all the new shocks. I had a couple that when I went to pull them out, grabbed them, picked them up, and the bottom just fell to the bottom. When I pushed them down, it just went right to the ground. And these shocks out of the box, you hook the bottom up, and it's all you can do to pull it up to get it where you can put the bolt in. Still got a few little air leaks, I think. The airbags for the cab, they look pretty rough. But the airbags on the truck, I'd shut it off, and 30-40 minutes later I'd be out of air. And I think that was the biggest thing. Going down the road, my air pump would kick on, build air pressure, kick off. Seemed like it'd do it every 5 or 6 miles, and now it's slowed down tremendously, and it still comes on probably a little more than I would like, but like I say, I'm still chasing air leaks. There's also there's a leveling control valve, probably easier to show from the other side. There's that little rod right there going down. That's what actually sets the height of the frame on the airbags. Well, it's hard to see with the headache rack on, but there's another unit right there, and that's that little unit bolted to the frame up there. And when I was putting the headache rack on it, a couple of times I bumped it, and every time I did, it hissed air. So that valve may be bad, and as the cab, you know, kind of shakes up and down going down the road, it may be bleeding a little air there, because there's no air I can hear. And like I say, now when I shut it off, the airbags here will stay completely aired up until almost morning. So whatever I had leaking, I've slowed it way down. I just got a little more to do. But and then had a couple lines, these right here, that I've got the chafing gear on. They rub together right there. These are actually a little longer than what the factory ones were, but they're clearing everything. They're not rubbing anything, so they'll live. And so I ended up having to replace those on the road. Probably a good thing I did, because shortly after that we got a level 1 inspection, and we passed. Everything was good on the truck. Everything was good on the brakes on the trailer. We were pulling that 48 flat then. That's before we got the opportunity to make a little extra money and pull that Conestoga. We had a lady out of well, she's not out of there. Her loads were out of the Houston area. And I don't know if you know about Houston, Texas freight, but so we'd go down into Texas and pull them back. But on that level 1, the one thing the trooper picked on was the bleed holes there that are actually there to drain water. There was one of them that's actually quite a bit bigger. And he's like, you know, he said, I know that's a factory drilled hole, but it had rusted out a little bit, and you couldn't put your finger in it. But I think the factory holes on those were about half the size of these, and the new hole was that size. But he's like, it's rusted out, and you need to replace it. But he still gave us a good level 1. He just said that's something that he noticed, and I said, I'll get it done right away, and there they are. And then we went to pulling the Conestogas. Why they're not on yet, but they'll be on before the flatbed rolls again. So,
which is Tuesday.
Yeah, which is Tuesday. She got me out earning money again already. Bugs, man, bugs. Wow, it is impossible to keep the front of this thing clean.
We're gonna go to the casino and win a jackpot. We're gonna put a cattle guard on it tonight.
Yeah, a critter catcher.
That's what we're going for tonight.
Okay, I'd love to have a critter catcher on it. Every time I see a deer standing on the side of the road, I start talking to him. Please don't, please don't. But yeah, there she is, and that windshield. So the Conestoga deal, I was running with a friend of mine, Mark. He damaged his truck, and while it was in the shop, we went ahead and teamed up, give us both the opportunity to make a little money, give me a little bit of time to have a mentor in the truck, and we ended up running hardcore teams with that Conestoga. He'd run days and I'd run nights. I can't say I didn't learn anything, because I certainly did, but it was more of a team scenario than actually getting the mentorship. But I learned some stuff about securement. I learned a little bit about the truck and driving. He was with me the first time. I was at almost 80,000 pounds, and I got to tell you, it's a far cry from a hot shot at 80,000 pounds. It'll push you quite a bit. So, but anyway, that's where we're at with her now, and she's up and running. Oh, but back to the sensor problem with the DEF. We bought a warranty with it, and the warranty covered it. It was a fairly expensive fix, but our part was more than I thought it should have been. But it was under $1,000 to get it fixed. So if that had been on our own, it probably would have cost us $1,800 to $2,000. I say $1,000. What did we pay them? $600?
8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay, so we probably ended up paying about half. But you know, the warranty wasn't for the little stuff. In fact, I think if I was to have that sensor go bad again, or something similar, I would I'd probably just go ahead and pay out of pocket to get it fixed, so I didn't have all the downtime that it takes for the warranty to pick up on it. Now there's Miss Tammy's toy, her 4-seater side-by-side.
That's my toy.
She loves to go out and ride, and in fact, I haven't been out for a ride on it since we've been back.
I just put gas in it.
Maybe next round. Maybe next round. Anyway, that should do it for now. And one other thing, one of the gentlemen on the last video asked where we bought it and what we paid for it. It actually came from Rush Truck Center in Joplin, Missouri, and with the warranty, we were at about $88,000 for a truck with 420,000 miles on it.
That's what the warranty.
International wouldn't have been my first choice, but you know what? It's been a good truck. It pulls well. It seems to have plenty of power. It feels a little bit tighter now that it's got shocks on it. Next time I'm in for an extended period of time, I'm probably going to jack it up and see if I've got anything loose in the front. I think it could be a little bit tighter. Hopefully it's not time for kingpins already, but if it is, I'll probably do it myself. Probably regret it, but I'll probably do it myself. For me, I don't know. I don't like working on stuff like I used to. I've been a mechanic all my life, but for me, it's easier to part with the time and the effort than it is the money, and occasionally lose a little bit of blood doing it, but that's part of it. But yeah, I probably, on the shocks and airbags, I'd say I probably saved a minimum of $1,000 to $1,500 doing it myself. So that's kind of why I do stuff on my own. Just the money I can save. That, and then I know how it was done. Not that I don't have a lot of faith in other people, but sometimes it's nice to know, you know, that it was done this way, and because I did it myself. And the more you do with it, the more you learn about it. So anyway, I guess that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Gonna say bye?
Bye. Go to the casino, win another jackpot.
Hopefully.